Hello from Yat Dragon.com. This is Ji Sifu, and today it's supposed to be a video for my disciples, and I decided to make this public so everyone can also listen to this lecture that I'm going to give to my disciple. So there's no music opening today, and just trying to keep it a little bit shorter, but you know, it's hard. So, right. Today I'm going to talk about the topic of why we have these robes. Okay? Okay, so, very nice, eh? So, why do we need robes? Why do we have to wear robes? And maybe why not t-shirt? Why not medieval armor? You know, why not those? Why robes? Well, okay, let me explain the theory behind and what are they used for. Okay, so robes in our lineage, we have basically two different types of robes. One we call man and one we call mo. These are the two types, but different levels of disciples will have different set of these robes. Okay, so the man type of robes, the man is for doing internal work or to intake stuff, okay? And the mo type of robes is for doing external work or outputting stuff. It's very different kind of work, okay? You can compare it to like when you are like in physical movement or physical actions, okay? Intaking stuff, the man, is like when you're trying to learn stuff, get stuff into yourself, stuff like that. And mo is like when you're trying to do stuff, to output, to create stuff, things like that. Okay, so it's a very different task, and that's why you need different robes. Now, this set I have on me right now, okay, this is actually the one of the mo style, which is the external work style robe. There are also a pair of shoes to come with it. So basically, every set of robes has three pieces, main big pieces. The hat, there's a robe, and there's a pair of shoes. Now, there are also the minor, or the, not minor, but the inner three pieces, which is the one shirt, okay, one long sleeve shirt, which is too hot right here to wear. There's one long sleeve shirt, which is white, and then there's a pants, and then there's a pair of socks that is not like the Western style of socks, but it's just go over and loop over the pants and stuff like that. Now, these things are, the inside three pieces are not required all the time. Usually we only use them when it's like a very formal situation. But most of the time we do need the full set of these, or maybe one piece of these. Okay, so for the man style, there's another fancier and bigger robes, and then there's also a hat, but it's different from this style. Showing you the hat right here. Now this is the simple version, and there's also a version with something sticking out here like a flower and such. So there's a different style of hats, and then there's also a different pair of shoes. Now, so let us talk about the different style of robes, as you can see right here, right now, okay? This style in our lineage is for those who are in a very, like almost the highest, the highest level disciples, and we call them the 神庭教弟子, 神庭教, which is the stage number 4, okay? Now, it has a bunch of these lines right here, okay, which is the Bakwa symbols. And then there's the other level below it with the same design, but the black is turned, these black stuff is now yellow, and the yellow is now black. Okay, and then there is another one for the newbies, or the stage 1 and 2 students, and those are with the red as, okay, main color, and then black lines. So it's pretty much the same kind of thing, but different color scheme, okay, stuff like that. It's not like a most people will think that it just marks your rank in the lineage, but it is actually not. Even when you're in a very high level, you will also need the lower levels robe, and it's not because they're lower or higher level. It's just that because you're in that stage, the work that you do and the magic that you learn mostly will require that color more because of the like the type of effect that this or property that this color has that is fitting what you're doing more. Just for example, okay, right now this is the black robe, okay. Now black, this color is more useful for when we are going to output our energy or the magic power to other places, or when we are trying to do stuff by distance, sending stuff by distance to other places or people, or executing the magic to get out of ourselves, put things out like that, okay, outputting. Now that is more of the work of this robe, like more like the property of that, okay. And it's also a robe that is very good for absorbing energy, okay, absorbing energy into yourself. So when we're doing work in this very, like when you're a more high levels disciples, that kind of thing, you actually do a lot of work like this because you will be doing work like exorcism and stuff like that, and you need to really output your energy a lot, okay. Now the other one with the yellow background and black lines, now that one is more geared toward the property of protecting, nourishing, enclosing yourself. And so it's a good robe for doing things like internal cultivation to work around the internal energy so that your energy can thunder up inside and get stronger and stuff like that. And it's also a good robe for protecting yourself. So when you're doing things like cultivations and stuff like that by yourself, it protects you while you cultivate and eliminate a lot of danger and risks and stuff like that. So it's a pretty good robe for that kind of purpose. So no matter how high you are in the lineage, you will still need those robes for different things that you're doing. Now for the red one helps you to repel negatives, and also to hyper up your energy field, the magic power that you're possessing. So when you're doing work as a newbie, usually your power is not hypered up enough to do the work. Sometimes your energy is just too weak. You need something to boost your energy. So the red robe will do the job. Now just the robe itself, without any magic done on it, of course it's going to be useless, because it's not the color physically that works. The color and the design is just a shell. Without the internal work done to the robe and hat and everything is useless. It's the costume only. So it's not like you can just buy any robes and then make it like, oh, I am now having this magical outfit. It's not like that, okay? Just having the robe will not do anything, because it's just a robe with some design. You can put other design there. It doesn't make it different. The only difference between a magical robe and a robe like this, okay, a magical robe and a non-magical robe, the difference is the soul, or the meter, the battery, okay, the power that you have put into it and program the thing to do whatever it's supposed to do. So every lineage, when they use robes and stuff, it's a different reason and for different purposes. You will not know until you're in the lineage. So in our lineage, I'm going to expose this today. So in our lineage, we have a lot of fu, okay, like the symbols and the other writings and stuff, to be done and burned and infused into different parts of the robes. And there are also different spells and stuff to use to activate and channel in different things to the robe and to the hat and such. Every part of the robe, hat, shoes has a specific purpose to be there. And that is why the design is chosen that way. And so when you activate and empower the gears, they turn from a costume or outfit, something like that, to a magical tool. It is now a device or a tool that is loaded up with magic power and magical usage. Okay? So basically, why do you need these tools like the gears? Why do you need them? Why can't you just take other jackets and stuff and use it as is, right? But, well, here we go. Now, let me talk about a theory in magic that is like a secret theory, okay? This secret theory is that we use a metaphor system to explain a lot of things. It's not like when we talk about the soldiers and the armies and stuff like that, the horses, it's not real army soldiers' horses. Now, let's take a look, okay? We have, for example, this tool right here, okay? Now, this tool is loaded up with magic power inside because I have been doing stuff to it, okay? So this is not just a piece of wooden thing. It's a magic tool. Now, the magic tool, the magic power, is like a bunch of cells, okay? These cells, every cell, we call them one soldier. It's kind of funny, but yeah, it's a metaphor, but it's a metaphor that actually do explain how the magic power works. And like the more you know, the more you want to explain, the more that this fits the whole theory. So this is actually what we call the army analogy, okay? Using an army system to analyze and understand how magic power works. So everything, every tool is loaded up with tons of soldiers. So they are like a camp or a soldier, like army camp of their own. Every day you cultivate the energies inside by inputting more or working around the energy more to make it stronger or denser. And so this action is called to train your soldiers, to give it training. While you're cultivating, you're non-stop using your own energy to infuse more into it or to put your energy and then condense it to cultivate it. And by doing that, it's just like training the people, training the army. So by inputting more armies or soldiers and to cultivate and train them, making them stronger, it's what you do all the time. Now, you can also see the soldiers are like the battery inside. They're like the fuel, the power inside. So every piece of these, the robes, the shoes, the hat, they are what we call also an army camp. They are storing and they are like a storage for your energy, for your magic power. Every day you cultivate, or maybe once in a while when you use them, okay, you cultivate and accumulate and build up more and more magic power into the object. So when you're doing magic, these things will help you to execute the magic better. Not only that, it also extends your ability from what you already have or what you can do without these things to more potential things that you cannot do with your naked body. Let me give you an example. Just like when we are trying to stand here, shout out the window, and then call the other guy in the other building to come over. You cannot do that with your mouth, right? But when you have a phone, you can do it. Or if you have whatever other devices to make your voice very loud and they can hear you, now you can do it, right? Okay, so you need devices to do something that your body cannot do naturally. Now these are also the same theory. because your body is limited. It's just like when you're born with the mouth and the throat. You cannot really go, come over. And then the other guy from another building will know and come over. It's not going to work, right? You have your limit. Now, that's why you have these things. Just like saying normal clothing. Our body have a limit of tolerance. When it's winter outside, no matter how strong your body is, you will not want to walk out with a naked body, right? That is why you have the winter coat. So you use different things to put on top of your body to make yourself stronger and be able to withstand stuff. Or you can put things on your head or shoes to help you do other things that you cannot do. The hat, whatever you put on the head, is for helping you to connect to the places that you're withdrawing the energy from. For example, for us, of course, it's to our own Lineage power bank and also to the different sources that we draw energy from. And because your naked body is also limited, you cannot really reach that far. And so, or maybe you can, but it uses a lot of your own energy to outreach. Just like saying you need to use a lot of energy to go, and scream to outreach that far. Well, even you can, it's going to be kind of like a not very smart way to do it, because you are also doing harm to yourself by overusing your own power to do this job. Instead, you have a tool, just like having a phone. It makes it much easier and not have to use your own energy to boost to that stage and to connect whatever you want to connect. So that's why you have the hat. And other thing is that the hat protects your whole body from any intrusion or invasion from the spiritual side, the spiritual dimensions. So when you're cultivating and stuff, you don't want things to go into you and stuff like that. So it's like the negative stuff. So you have a guard here to guard your entry. Okay. Now the clothing, robes, okay, they are to fully all around shield you up, not only to protect, but to also to enclose your energy field, making it easier to transmit from here to here, from here to here, and such. And also, it will help you to protect, to digest, to absorb, and such. Okay, so after that, the shoes. Okay, the shoes basically help you to travel just like a vehicle does. But travel to where? I'm not going out of my house to do this stuff, okay? Well, no, it's not that kind of travel. When you are working with magic power to do a house cleansing right here, okay? You try to cleanse the place with your energy using whatever magical tool. While you're doing it, because you are not really doing a physical cleansing in this dimension, the physical dimension. If you're doing physical cleaning, that's a different thing. But we are now talking about cleansing as in like energy work, okay? So you're working with other dimensions. In our lineage, we usually call this like working with the 9 dimensions. So we're living in dimension 8. There are other dimensions out there, okay? So it overlaps the whole place. You can say the whole, like this location right here, there are 9 dimensions, major dimensions, overlapping each other, the same place, but when you're in another dimension, this place right here, right now, is not the same anymore. Everything can be different. It can be empty space with planets around. It can be a trash can. It can be a toilet, whatever. It can be nothing. It can be a planet. Inside the planet, it can be fire, anything. But in that dimension, okay, the energy travels from one dimension to another and circulate to our dimension, and we circulate back to the other dimension, and it just keeps on circulating. Now, when you're doing a house cleansing, you are actually circulating your energy through 9 dimensions to cleanse all the other spiritual stuff that will be affecting your dimension later on, or maybe already affecting you right now. So because you're doing that, okay, when you're using your magic power to walk around and do your stuff, you are having you open the dimensions up, and you're always going against the negative force that is coming to your place. And so there will be resistant force, like wind coming here. You're walking forward. There's always a little bit of resistant force going on. Without the robes, you get all the energy dust and stuff splash onto you and your body, and you get polluted, and your energy field will be harmed, will be injured, okay? And which leads to other consequences, of course, when you're doing magic. Now, with shoes and the clothing and all that, at least you can shield yourself and not be polluted by those things, and it keeps you safe. Now, with the shoes, okay, it helps you to travel. Travel where? Travel from this and output your energy to the other 8 dimensions out there. So because you are using your shoes, your body does not have to output excessive power to make and boost these energy go out and go travel to the 8 other dimensions. Because your shoes has its own fuel, or the battery, or the energy, or the power source, whatever you call that, inside the shoes is already doing the job. It's like you're having a car. Instead of having yourself to walk that 120 kilometers, now you have a car. The car has its own fuel, the battery and the gasoline, and it just helps you to go there really quickly. Now your feet can now rest and do other more useful things that your feet is supposed to do. So when you're having your shoes, it helps you to output the energy to the other dimensions. While your energy outputs, okay, now your own body, your own energy inside can be reserved for other things. It helps you to eliminate the chance of overdraining and using your own energy, the magic power that you have been accumulating all the time. And not only that, okay, it is like a backup fuel that will save your life when you are really in emergency, like when you're really low in power, low in energy and stuff, and you need something to help you to boost up the engine and start doing magic. Now these gears will be very useful when you're like really tired, really not in the shape to do magic, but you need to do magic somehow. Then you put on these things, and it helps you to do the stuff. So there's a lot of reasons why you need different clothing. Just like saying that we need different devices to help us do different things. It's not because you're useless or you are weak that then you need these devices. It's just like human. We are not weak, and that is why we need to put on our shirt. Being naked and walking outside doesn't mean that you're smarter or you're stronger. Even a strong guy, a smart guy, will need devices to help them execute their job. Even a very smart guy, a mathematician, will need a calculator. You will need a computer. Even you're smart, it doesn't mean that you don't need any device, right? Devices and tools are invented by smart people and used by smart people to make your job easier, and also to do things that your body cannot do or will take more energy to do, which is not necessary. Like you can save your time to do other more useful things, and then let the tools do these things for you. Just like saying, like, you can walk. Okay, you can walk to the other town too, but why don't you just drive? I mean, like, if you drive, it's much easier, and then your feet can be reserved to do other things and not wear out your feet all the time. The more you wear out your feet, okay, the more painful it is, the slower it is, and it doesn't do any good, right? So in magic, it's the same thing. We have different tools to help us execute our magic to make it better, easier, faster, more efficient, and things like that. And these are all magical tools of its own. They all have different usages. Different parts of it has its own usages and meaning and stuff like that. It's not a symbolic stuff. It's actually, you really do have to do magic to infuse and program the power and the usage into the robes, hat, and shoes and stuff like that. So everything is not just for show. It's not like anything you could just buy and wear and pretend you're powerful. Okay, it's not going to work. You need to do a lot of stuff to activate, to empower, and program the whole set of gears for it to be a magical gear. So just having this on you does not make you better. You need to make it, like, to activate it and make it the real deal in order to have it work. And that is why you need to activate or maybe get me to activate the thing to be used. Okay, so basically that's it for today, and hope I answered a lot of questions there. And if you still have anything you don't understand and want me to clarify, feel free to comment below, and we'll be happy to answer those questions for you. Now, remember to share, subscribe, like, and also don't forget to email us if you want to learn the magic for real. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.